I'm about to give you an entire end-to-end system for planning, writing, publishing a world-class book with AI for free. This isn't a checklist, it's a production-grade blueprint. It's a set of repeatable, battle-tested workflows that turn an idea into a finished product. Most books fail before a single word is written because the concept is weak. We fix that with two systems called Muse and Dragon. Muse is all about generating high-impact ideas by mashing up different domains. I'll show you the exact prompt. Muse very simply generates ideas that cut through the noise. Muse is an acronym that stands for mashups, underserved angles, stakes, and execution. What's really cool about Muse is that it surfaces high ROI book angles fast. Best time to use it is on day one to create your idea and anytime you feel stuck with your story. As you can see, with MASH, you combine the dissimilar domains. You ask who isn't served yet in those domains, what urgent problem do we solve, and what delivery gives an unfair advantage. Once we have a winning concept, we use the Dragon system to frame it as a purchase-worthy promise. This is how you craft titles and subtitles that sell the book for you. You can dig into the details in the book, but very quickly, Dragon names, frames, and positions books. It turns a decent concept into a purchase-worthy promise. The best time to use it is right after you've done Muse and before you outline and title your book. Dragon stands for desire, result, anti-friction, guarantee, original frame, and name. Through this process, you're going to discover the core reader wants, measurable outcomes, remove obstacles, build credible confidence with a guarantee, and create a fresh metaphor or model for a frame. And then with all of that information, you can create a sticky title and subtitle combo. You can see with each one of these strategies and acronyms, you're going to get a ready-made prompt template that you can copy and paste right into ChatGPT. What you'd probably want to do is either upload this whole book as a project file, and then inside of that project, then you can refer to these acronyms, or in just a simple chat, you can enter in what the Dragon acronym is and then ask for the template itself. I recommend you do it in a project. I think it's going to keep things more organized. By the way, you can adapt this blueprint to work for both fiction and nonfiction. For example, Lattice is for nonfiction, and that stands for a lead promise, architecture, tasks, which are like reader actions, teaching assets, that can be figures, checklists, etc., interlocks or cross-references that build momentum, and then a change metric, how we measure progress, and finally the epilogue payoff. That is Lattice. Now, if you're writing any book, then you want to use the blueprint template or acronym, and that stands for the backbone. That's the 10 to 15 chapter skeleton of an outline with beats. The L is levers, 3 arguments or themes that move the reader. Then we have unique mechanisms, models or acronyms. Evidence, this is where you build out your plan, your cases, your data, your citations to gather. We have prompts, exact writing prompts per chapter. Then you have your rhythm, sentence and section pacing rules. Then interactive worksheets and challenges, followed by narrative thread, reoccurring story devices. And then finally, with the blueprint acronym, we have the T, which is tests, end of chapter checks. The prompt is very simply build a blueprint for, and then you enter your book concept, return a JSON with keys, backbone, levers, mechanisms, evidence plan, prompts, rhythm, interactive, narrative, thread, tests. Now with a bulletproof plan, we can start drafting at incredible speed. The key here is consistency, and we achieve that by first defining our voice and then using a multi-agent system to write the actual story. This is the voice bank system, and before we write a single chapter, we feed the AI samples of our writing to create a unique voice spec. This is the secret to making an AI-assisted book actually sound like you. The voice bank is really powerful. Here's the prompt template. It gets a little bit tricky and confusing to explain it, so let me do my best to do that. First of all, here's the prompt that you would use and paste into ChatGPT. Derive a voice bank spec from these samples. That's when you paste in your 800 to 1200 words of your own writing. The rest of the prompt reads like this. Summarize in 6 traits and 8 do-don't rules. Confirm with a 150-word parody, then store the spec for future prompts. And a usage prompt would be use VoiceBank version 1 to write chapter X. Deviations greater than 10% from spec should be flagged and corrected. Now for the magic. We don't just ask ChatGPT to write a chapter. We use multi-agent stacks like the JWE triad. That's where we assign different roles to the AI. The judge sets the criteria, the writer drafts to the criteria, and the editor revises. This splits the work and produces incredible quality. It's like having a whole writer's room in your browser. A first draft is only the beginning. The difference between an amateur book and a professional one is often the revision process. But it doesn't have to take months. We use 2 targeted revision passes. First is the scope pass. That stands for structure, clarity, originality, practicality, and evidence. This catches all the big picture problems fast. Then we run a surge pass to amplify the impact, making the phrasing stickier and the stakes higher. And finally, the blueprint gives you the KDP-ready checklist to handle all of the metadata and formatting so that your upload is smooth and professional. So there you have it. Muse, Dragon, Lattice, VoiceBank, JWE, Scope. That's just a fraction of the full blueprint. It's an entire production system that's powerful and practical, and I want you to have it completely for free. The complete book, the ChatGPT book blueprint with every single prompt, template, and checklist I showed you today, and dozens more, is available right now. The link is in the description, and it's completely free. You can literally start writing your book this afternoon. My only ask is this. If you found this video valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe because it really helps the channel. Thank you for spending time watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.